So Gingerbread Boy says that he loved reading one of the stories that we read on the first day of school last year yesterday. Right? Spot goes to school. So today we're going to read another story that is a favorite. But first, we're going to start talking about those vocabulary words that we reviewed yesterday. They were the front cover, the back cover, the spine, the title, the author, and the illustrator. So we can help learn more about these words by just looking at the outside of the book. So let's get started. This is our book. So first we're going to look at the front cover. So the front is the person or thing that is first. So when we hold our book, this whole area here is the front cover. So the back cover is the thing that's in the back or last. So if this is the front cover, this is the back cover. The spine of the book is just like the spine that's in our own backs. It helps us stand up nice and tall. So the spine of the book is right here. This whole thing helping to hold the book stand up nice and tall, just like our spines. Now the title is the name of the book. That's why there's a picture of a person holding a name tag. So the name of our book is Mr. Grumpy's Outing. That is the name. And the author is the person's name that's listed. So this one says John Birmingham. That's the author. Okay? Now so the author is the person that writes the book. So they use a pen or a pencil to write their book. Now, there's only one name, which also tells us that this is also the illustrator of the book, the person who draws the pictures. Okay? We are going to keep going over this the rest of the week until we get it. Our theme is all done. Bubbles for my friends. And it's time for a story. Mr. Grumpy's Outing by John Birmingham. This is Mr. Grumpy. Mr. Grumpy owned a boat, and his house was by a river. There's his boat, and there's his house, and it's by the river. One day, Mr. Grumpy went out in his boat. "May we come with you?" said the children. "Yes," said Mr. Grumpy, "if you don't squabble." So there go the children into the boat. "Can I come along, Mr. Grumpy?" said the rabbit. "Yes, but don't hop about." "I'd like a ride," said the cat. "Very well," said Mr. Grumpy, "but you're not to chase the rabbit." "Will you take me with you?" said the dog. "Yes," said Mr. Grumpy, "but don't tease the cat." "May I come, please, Mr. Grumpy?" said the pig. "Very well, but don't muck about." "Have you a place for me?" said the sheep. "Yes, but don't keep bleeding." "Can we come too?" said the chickens. "Yes, but don't flap," said Mr. Grumpy. "Can you make room for me?" said the calf. "Yes, if you don't trample about." And there's our cow. He's getting a full boat. "May I join you, Mr. Grumpy?" said the goat. "Very well, but don't kick." For a little while, they went along happily. But then the goat kicked, the calf trampled, the chickens flapped, the sheep bleated, the pig mucked about, the dog teased the cat chased the rabbit hopped, the children squabbled, the boat tipped. Uh-oh. And into the water they fell. Then Mr. Grumpy and the goat and the calf and the chickens and the sheep and the pig and the dog and the cat and the rabbit and the children all swam to the bank, climbed out to dry in the hot sun. "We'll walk home across the field," said Mr. Grumpy. "It's time for tea." Here they are. They're all home having tea. "Goodbye," said Mr. Grumpy. "Come for a ride another day." The end. Okay, our story is all done. Bubbles for my friends in their chairs. Last but not least, it's time for a warm-up with Mr. Dragon. Here's our friend Mr. Dragon. So, yesterday we did letter F, and we flexed our muscles. F is for flex your muscles. Ooh, now we're going to do letter G. And G is for grab the stars. So we're going to reach up and grab the stars. Awesome job. Stretch really high. Stars are in the sky. Okay, we are all done with warm-up, and we're all done with circle time today. I'll see you guys tomorrow. So with it being so hot out, I know everyone has been playing in water outside, whether it be a pool, the sprinkler, or even just some water play in a bowl. So I thought we would make some cool water toys out of things that we all have at home. So what you'll need is brand new clean sponges, adult scissors, and some string. Any kind of string will work. I just happen to have a piece of yarn here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my sponge and I'm going to cut it into strips like this. 2. So it looks like I can get 4 strips out of this sponge. If the sponge is bigger, you might be able to get more. And if the sponge is smaller, you might get less. So once you have them cut up, you're going to take them. You can keep all those same colors together, or you could mix the colors together. I'm going to try and mix mine together. So what I'm going to do is take my piece of string and lay it out on the table. I am going to stack my sponges on top like this, and I am going to tie it in a very tight knot in the center. So I'm going to pull it as hard as I can. Make it a double knot. Go. Then I am going to cut off the ends. So there's only a tiny short tail. Then you can take this and kind of rearrange it into a cool ball-like shape, like this. And you can use these in water play, in just a bowl or container, or if they have a water table, you can use them in the pool, you can use them in the bathtub. They're really fun. You just submerge them and they get all wet. You can also have your kids fill them up with water and have a toss back and forth and see who drops it first. So that would be also something fun you can do. Really, the amount of play that your child can do in just some simple water with some sponges is endless. So we'd love to hear how you use this, so feel free to reach out to us. Thanks.